Jason, I've heard it said that putting a for sale sign in front of your business is probably one of the worst things that you can do. Uh, and that's due to confidentiality, right? And so I'd like to know, and I know our listeners would like to know, why is confidentiality, why is that important to the sales process?
Well, confidentiality is important to the sales process for many reasons. First off, if when you have gotten to the point you're putting a for sale sign up saying you want to sell, what that shows everybody is you're desperate. And in a business that has people employed in that business, and you have customers and possibly banking relationships, they get very nervous. And many times we've seen clients, customers go elsewhere, and competitors are exploiting that, saying, well, you're desperate to sell the business, you're getting out, don't do business with them, come do business with me. Also, they're going to steal some of your key employees. So there's a lot of goodwill that can be damaged in breaching confidentiality. So the key to marketing, any good marketing strategy or selling the business, is first to keep it confidential. And the way we do that is we qualify every buyer. We make them sign a legally binding document that says they're going to keep this confidential to anybody, to everybody. You're not, the only people that can know are the people involved in the transaction. And that's the first step before they even know who you are, before they know the name of the business. We're very, that's the most important thing, is keeping that quiet and confidential. And then at the right time, when you know the deal is gonna transact, and you can introduce the buyer to your employees, and they're gonna get to meet the new owners and everybody's happy, that's when the time you can announce it. But you can do that very strategically as well.
Excellent. And so my understanding of the process is that you have the ability to deliver a prospectus to a potential buyer that doesn't reveal the name of the business. It just has the financial details and the marketing generalities, so they can decide whether they're even interested in that business. Is that an accurate way of describing that?
Yeah, exactly. What we call it is the teaser. It's going to give them general information about what the business does, some basic financials, because a lot of times that's what buyers want to know is, what do you do? How much money can I make, or how much business is the money is in the business? That's going to help them determine if it's going to be a good fit for them. Then they go through our qualification process. They sign the non-disclosure agreement, and then we release the book to them. And then we give them a little bit of time to give us a list of questions that they have. Usually there's a round or two of questions they have further if they're interested. We will manage all the management calls. If the buyer wants to visit, then we will schedule and manage all that. Then we also, when the offers come and you get to pick which one is the best offer, which buyer you like, you'll be rooting for a buyer you like. If you have enough people you're talking to, you're going to root for one over another, even though maybe the value is, they're about equal. So after that you accept that offer, we get into the due diligence process, but everything is confidential and quiet through this whole process. You may be talking to your buyer for a few months, and you guys really build a good relationship, but confidentiality is key.
And so what I heard you say, in a perfect world, the best case scenario is that your employees, your credit lines, your vendors, and your competition, they find out about the new buyer the day you introduce him. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. You're going to introduce the new buyer to all those people, but you're also going to be working with the buyer through a transition. So you'll have time to work with the buyer and you and the buyer to introduce them to all your people in the relationships. So everybody's comfortable with the new buyer, and that you're there to assist, and you're, that isn't any kind of a buyout or takeover. It's a relationship transitioning, and you will eventually be out of the company.
It's not a hostile takeover. People are getting happily involved in running the business, and their material involved. Okay, great, Jason. Thank you for sharing that piece of information with us.